Hey guys, I'm here with my dogs. My husband's on a forced 24-hour shift today, meaning they didn't have anybody cover it. So anyways, at least he'll go down on the bottom of the list if we move this, next month or whatever. So it's the end of the month. It's July 31st. We made it this far. What do you think? How are you feeling? What is your temperature? It's cold here. That's why I have two sweatshirts on, literally. 68 degrees here, was 69 when I started my live stream this morning. It's going to warm out throughout the day, but it's not going to get much over 70 today. So I'm a little chillier. I am going to be live at 5. If you want to have a cocktail with us, it's Friday night. If you feel like you're alone, I'm definitely alone. My husband's working. I will see you tonight at 5. Look for the link. I'll post that at some point. But I got to get through this intel summary, so here we go. It's a holy day in Iraq. It's a slow news day, but they did talk about Rafidian Bank moves to speed Iraqi salary payments. They decided to make the staff work on a holy day today and Saturday at Rafidian Bank. Remember, I covered an article where Rafidian and Rashid banks were merging. They have people working Friday and Saturday so that salary payments are not delayed. It's just interesting that they would be working all weekend. Again, might be a good time for this to happen. Also, gold headed for a first monthly gain in 5 months, but it's still down to $4,000 level. That's globally. So that means people are not in as much fear as they used to be because gold is dropping. Oil slips but heads for a 20% monthly gain. Oil is down. This is not, they didn't have any prices of the Iraqi Dinar oil just in Iraq because they're very low prices right now. I've recorded on that yesterday. I have a whole playlist of these summaries. Just go catch up. I covered that yesterday. Brent futures fell to 88 a barrel. The West Texas Intermediate fell to 82.09. So oil is way under $100. It's like $88. That's a good price. You should be seeing that reflected at the gas pumps. Unless you live in a blue state where they add a bunch of taxes, they want you to think all these policies are terrible for you. That's what happens. They can tax whatever. So then you've got articles that I went through this morning on the live stream. I went in detail, guys. I always get a lot of insights in my live stream. So if you ever want to just check it out, just check it out. The Central Bank of Iraq this is Majid on X. The Central Bank of Iraq has ordered private banks to urgently upgrade compliance systems so that the required upgrades include stronger anti-money laundering controls, better counter-terrorist financing, imposed corporate governance, closer monitoring of U.S. dollar transactions, preventing currency smuggling and illegal money transfers. The banks have been given deadlines to complete these charges. If they failed, they are going to risk losing access to international banking services, but they didn't give a date. And they're saying that these actions are directly connected to the agreement reached during the CBI governors' meetings with the U.S. Treasury, Scott Bessent. So 7 Iraqi banks are still currently eligible to reconnect with the foreign correspondent banks. But guys, what I think is this is all a ruse because they have agentic AI running the banking system. They know they're just poised to catch all the crooks. And that's why you saw the new prime minister rounding up those crooks. Okay, their systems are solid in Iraq. They're better than they are here. And then we saw some posts on X that Iraq was there was supposed to be an emergency announcement out of the White House yesterday at 5. I asked my community, did you see that? Also, Mike Ginger Doucette on X said in an update, Mike Barra said 2 of his bond contacts are expecting to be paid spendable money today. So this is a good day for it. What do you think? Comment down below. And then AJ God is Divine Light and Love on X posted Iraq removing the 3-0 banknotes. They went through what it's going to look like, how Kuwait did it. A lot of people know how Kuwait did it, but it was just details that I don't think we need to worry about. Obviously, a lot of people are worried about Spain, saying it's fallen. This was on X. These are things Randy sent me. And then other people said Trump signed an executive order creating a dedicated crypto task force to help position the United States as a global leader in digital assets. What do you think about that? They said hashtag XRP. And so they say on August 1st, which is tomorrow. So this is the end of a month. Now we're going to go to what everybody else says. I know it's got a little bit about crypto because why? These systems are on the blockchain. All the new banking systems are on the blockchain. It's none of your business how the banks are implementing it, what their stable coin is. It doesn't matter. The point is they're all transparent. immutable, meaning you can't delete transactions to hide, and they're all unhackable, so you can't hack in and change it. So everything on there is solid. So that means they can create cases for the crooks. So I just think this is a big, they're just getting all the criminals dealt with. How are they dealing with them? It depends on the country. We already saw a lot of people being prosecuted in Iraq, but then you never hear the follow through. We'll just see, right? So now the summary of what everybody else is saying. Mountain Goat, The Dollar's Journey from Manhattan to Al Rashid, a reading into the secrets of monetary dependence and the future of Iraq too. Quote, Iraq is a major economic paradox. While it sits on top of the world's fourth largest oil reserves, it finds itself shackled by a series of monetary crises that raise a pressing sovereign question. Why are our wealth deposited in the U.S. Federal Reserve Bank of New York instead of our national treasuries? And why does every Iraqi dollar pass through U.S. scrutiny before finding its way to Baghdad? Another article proving to you that the U.S. has to approve any significant RV of the Iraqi Dinar. That's post 1 of 2. Stay tuned. Guys, I will do the updates today at 5 because this is my morning summary that I always do. I like to do it around the same time so you can rely on it, just like I go live every morning at 9, so you can rely on it. Then you got Bruce. Banks might not be ready to exchange until the 20th or 21st of August. That's new. Usually he says every weekend. And yet redemptions are prepared to exchange as early as the 30th of July and go to 21 days, which would take them out to the 20th of August. So they're separating themselves from banks once again. You decide where you go. I have 3 steps to a safe exchange. Would that mean you're delayed if you don't go to a center? Probably. They're going to want to get you to those centers. If you have any questions, you can get on at 5. Stephen, the most important thing you're going to do when your dinar revalues, you're going to take it to a bank. Stephen is on the same page as me. Chase, JP Morgan, which is planning to open multiple branches in Iraq, Bank of America, Citi, Wells Fargo. You're obviously not going to keep your money in that bank for too long. Hopefully you're going to be smart and you're going to reinvest that money into other assets. But the initial exchange, you're going to take your dinar to a bank. I'm in agreement with Stephen. He also sells steps, I think, some kind of steps for $62. Mine, I've had for a few years, and they're only 55. So you decide. Jeff, they're telling you they're having a liquidity crisis around the time they're preparing to revalue. One of their goals when they go to revalue is to get the large 3-0 notes out of circulation. That's what they're working towards. The timing of this isn't coincidental. They could never tell you they were doing this to prepare to revalue it. I agree. They're telling you they have a currency liquidity shortage. That's the step they would do when they're preparing to revalue. It's called timing. I think they had a cashless process and they were giving people more money by virtue of the fact their digital dinar is more than the 1 dinar value. So they had some wiggle room there to, and maybe it was rising as high as 441, the digital dinar, when they were pulling people's money in because they were incentivizing to. Think about it. How did you get out of a cash-based economy here in the U.S.? You were incentivized by MasterCard and Visa. You get miles. You get airline miles, you get cash bonuses. He's going to sleep. I love that he gets on my back because I'm usually cold here. So I don't know, guys. We just have to wait and see, but I'm going to be live at 5 to celebrate as if I believe it's done because that's a secret. I also did chapter 2 of The Secret to Riches. It is a mathematical surety that if you follow a certain way, you'll get wealthy. I started following those principles back in 2008, finally got promoted. So we need to change our mindset. I'm helping you have the mindset that this is done. So you might want to watch those videos. Then you got reset intelligence. While corrupt militias still hold ground and threaten the region, no budget passes, no oil moves, the dinar stays pinned where it is. That is the real reason the Prime Minister has spent the month moving from capital to capital. Washington wants the militias disarmed by September 30th. Tehran arms them. He is settling city by city whose fighters lay down their weapons and who does not. Force comes first. The money comes second. That is the order every currency reset in history has run in, and Iraq is standing on the right turn. It depends on whether you believe it was secure and stable when our military left September and the banking system and everything else was on its own. So I don't know. What do you think? Frank 26, my team's told me to look for the 3-0 lifting education and the lower notes education at the end of this month, and that's exactly what they're seeing. This whole month has been a plethora of information on our monetary reform. These are the things we dreamed about. He's right. Guys, we've been dreaming about this for a long time. How long have you been in it? I've been in it since June of 2012. I'm just excited, right? And Pimpy actually said, every time you increase or decrease the exchange rate, that is a revalue. So somebody commented that the dinar is a scam, it's never going to revalue. And Pimpy, to Pimpy's credit, he said the dinar was revalued on December 12th, 2025 to its current rate of 1310 dinars per $1. Each one of those was a revaluation. For him to say it's never going to revalue is just not true. The dinar itself is not a scam. There are a lot of people out there that are running a scam, but this is a legitimate currency. I'm glad Pimpy said that because I believe the same. It's not a scam. God proved that to me. I've asked him for miracle signs and wonders. He's also given me the signs that it is done, and he told me to tell you it was done, and God gave me the 3 steps to a safe exchange, which you can get by looking for the information below this video. Caparoni, the Iraqi dinar is a real currency. Real currencies are guided by sound principles, economic decisions, and guidance from organizations like the IMF. Nobody's going to turn the dinar into a lottery ticket. It's not a lottery ticket, but it is going to increase in value. I'm reading. I always read this live. I think we're good. I'm just saying we all hope that this is done. What do you think? Comment down below. I love you all. Bye.